I will recuse myself.
The complaint against me must be tried in public. Let me the press, let me everybody. We will try that case here. I'm going. But the idea that we will compromise is that great people business. Simply because
Look me in the eye, you afraid of me, or you afraid I will do something. I have already committed. I will recuse myself. And I can stand here publicly and say, so help me God, I will recuse myself the minute that complaint is constitutionally lodged. So that's no issue. The majority will have to find another excuse. To those who, every day they send their bloggers out to say the speaker coming resign. We call a press conference. And everybody, the speaker coming resign, the speaker coming resign. Resignation is an option. It's a voluntary act of mine that I will never give to a majority black or to anyone.
all power is inherent in the people. The legitimacy of any institution is given by the people. We are gratified that the majority of the Nigerian people stay with us on the side of the rule of law.
To heed this cause, our heads are blooded, but not bowed. Our backs are straight. We can face the Liberian people. Our vision is clear. On this journey, we will stand squarely on the side of the Liberian Constitution. We will stand squarely on the side of the rules of the House of Representatives. Any other thing anybody wants to do, you will do it without our acquiescence. The law is the law. We must proceed by the law. You want to remove me? I don't want to be there one more day past 49. The minute you get at 49, you will see how I pack my office so fast and I go where I need to be. But this nonsense, where every day few group of people, either induced or uninduced, with whatever reasons they have, come in and destabilize the House and its leadership for personal aggrandizement, that buck is going to stop here. I don't know how this journey is going to end. For me personally, I've already told you I will not resign. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't give you that guarantee. But I can only tell you as to what will happen under my watch and under my gavel is the rule of law. And that is what I pledge to stick by. Before I take my seat, I got some good news. One of the staffers' buses have come in, along with 3 vehicles. We will be assigning those vehicles today. We will be assigning those vehicles today, along with the cars, and the additional vehicles will be here early next week. Thank you very much, staffers. Thank you very much, the press. Thank you, my colleagues.
Okay, a person, good morning. Welcome to the Food Breakfast Show. Line 6-1, the Harvard School of Liberia. I'd like to say good morning for listening up. This is Liberia's biggest breakfast show, trusting coffee across the 15 counties. Right at this morning, on the Thursday morning, sometime on Thursday become a holiday. It's a regular Thursday. Thursday morning brings hope and anticipation for the weekend. Good morning, Thursday. It brings you to the morning. This is the PBS. The love of liberty brought us together. Let justice be done to all. Good morning, Nimba. Good morning, Lofa. Good morning, Mangiri. Monsuwada, good morning. River says, good morning. How is it this morning? Great Kidman County. Wherever you find yourself, this is the TBS. One nation, indivisible, liberty and justice. Yes, we're right here to have breakfast up to 10 o'clock. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Honorables, Marka Back-Z Davis. We'll have breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. So much to talk about. But when you wake up this morning, yes, thank God for the gift of life. Indeed, God is the greatest. Yes, good morning to you, Marka. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You want to hear me yesterday on television? I just said good morning. Imagine me in the afternoon. I was like, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, good news.
Are you not hearing yourself?
Yes, there's a road trip. Yes, but good morning to all of our wonderful followers. This morning, again, we are here to serve you breakfast. Yesterday we had a long, interview of the finance minister. That was one of the reasons why, because we were told initially that it was starting at 8.
The bread is always telling me,
So,
something 1 hour late.
so I decided to at least sleep a little bit this morning. Then, I mean, 8:30.
So they're putting you accusing Marka for no reason.
I'm getting a little bit, confused with attack on my personality.
You want to call a press conference?
Yeah, I think I need to call a press conference and try to, but I will not debunk what the way is saying. That there is a,
Yeah.
but no, but what I'm going to debunk is that they cannot tell me that I don't have transportation to come to work. That one is not true. To tell me say I don't have means of self-transportation, that one not true. Because in the press conference I'm going to be making clarity. And I will not just go and bundle everything and say, oh, they will lie on me. Maybe it's not lying when he says I don't have a motorbike or car to come to work.
So that one are true.
That one not true.
Okay.
But to say I don't have transportation, that's why I'm not on the show. It's not true.
Okay.
I will always have transportation. Even my daughter Makila can give me transportation.
Correct.
Yeah, so
you get to the research for
I
trying.
tell you,
You know what happened?
later.
That is the OP yesterday. Yeah. You're a traffic police officer or you're transport inspector.
Yeah, so I will allow the way to stop attacking my personality, and I can assure you that we will respond to you proportionally.
All right. Now,
Yes.
move.
We will not allow.
We can press conference again. Say move.
Nah,
Which political party is that?
we
For Maxwell Kimia.
will not allow the Koti men for the 71st year already to continue to drag my personality. I don't have transportation to come to work. That is demeaning to my person.
Okay.
And we will respond to David doing a mega press conference next week.
Move.
Yes.
What Maxwell Kimia today in my hand that? Move. And it's
For you, you see how you spot a party. For you to say how you get a move. Move. Since Mel Jones left Move, Move has always been a political party either looking for the winning side or going this way, this way. They don't have the ability to bring up a presidential candidate.
Move.
Prove me wrong.
Move.
Since Mel Jones, the former central bank governor, have you seen Move political? Central bank election.
2029 move of in a political candidate.
They will not bring. They will not bring candidates. Forget that thing.
2029.
Well, the Move brings candidate in 2029. 2029 election, if Move brings the presidential candidate, you must take me from the TBS.
No. There's a challenge to the whole party.
Take me from the TBS, if Move brings presidential candidate.
Maybe a job we are not in the race. So
one of the job are not being the race. George Akin be in a race and be Master Akin bring another presidential candidate. It's not possible.
Yeah, I lost Master King.
In fact, guess what happened in the first place? There was a fight in the party because the party left winning, sir. There was a fight in the party to carry the party to unity party. Yeah, move. There was a fight to move to unity party. But some of them stood at ground because of their loyalty to former President Weah. So now they are reconciled their differences, and after this, now they are stable.
A challenge to move. Yeah. Move don't be like,
But you must stay with me.
Boy, yes, good morning, folks. To the Breakfast Show 961. There's a lot of things happening in our country, and we try to bring to the best of one that we can people in the country, not to bring, the social media is there, but the radio we have wider listening audience. So the best way to bring out the listening folks that today, my friends can still have for regardless what they be. Once you see the day going, just give it up. Take that plenty. Once there is light, I think there is hope somewhere somehow. Yes, yes. The Thursday edition of the TPS. Do you know about this political party? The Continental movement. You probably heard Marka.
No, I haven't heard about that.
The Continent to the night. You know, I don't bring up. I don't know.
If there's anything like that, it is premature in my mind because as it is now, we expect the past president to be to us in helping the party-led government, President Bola with the rest of even if it is someone told me that when a political party or a presidential candidate makes a promise in their manifesto or their campaign platform, if the school, if the even school states it is a passing mark in politics. So I think the vice president should be focused on helping the president to score at least 60 or 70.
That's the movement name there.
On the arrest agenda. So now, just in less than a year to be talking about movement 2029, I think it is premature. This is not time for it. I think it's going to serve as distraction to the administration. We should start talking about start talking about politics maybe in 2028 or the end of 2027, 2028, going to 2029. That's the time we should start talking about politics. I know people can strategize, but for people, the social media age we are in now, the way I want in Africa, I don't even want to call somebody the way the late Mugabe and Idi Amin Adara and all these other people were planning political strategy that used to be very so that 10 years. Please do not bring it outside. It's not happening now.
No, it's not.
The social media age.
You know what I'm calling the movement for you?
The social media age exposed almost everything. There's no more secret in the world. For the vice president to start playing, whether people playing it on his behalf or there's a team doing it, I think it is premature at this time.
So to the extent that like what you have said, the social media brings up every gossip, right? To the extent that this movement have now created a chat movement, all of that. Yeah, the Continent on the Night movement. So nothing in this country in the world had, right?
Only I think the vice president should do something about that because it will serve as a distraction to this administration. Because he may not be the only, if he has presidential ambition, he may not be the only person with presidential ambition within the rescue team. Okay, there are a lot of people. The likes of the Senate pro tem, I'm not saying they have now. But I'm telling you, there are key persons there. Moyi is there. Delon, all these other people are there. So that's showing presidential ambition. Then you are creating division already within the rescue movement, which will affect the administration. So I think it is premature. That's my word. You can take it to the vice president. If there's anything in the plan, creating chapter, all these things for movement 2029 is premature.
Good morning to Senator Prince Johnson. We haven't spoken for a very long time. The Kong is the senator, right?
Yeah, Kong is the political leader of the MDR.
I'm cross-pollinating this morning.
Yeah, Kong is the political leader of the MDR. Senator PC is the chairperson of the governing council of the MDR.
Okay, Senator, good morning. I've missed your call a couple of days.
I'm not
yeah, when I have to people give you one miss call, this is not fair, man.
Almost 4 months now.
Before you do your line of Marka, normally when a high profile person try to call, when they give you one missed call, the rest of it you call back.
Only it doesn't matter. So now a group of all the mates that call too, and I usually stand that call. I'm
No more for what?
yeah, right, man, I'm on.
Okay, yeah, your voice
I
not
made a call,
small.
you call me, you made my call, you call me,
Just
hey,
tell them make a pick up call.
the day with me, we'll talk.
You don't.
Even if I make the president call, I mean, a conditioner. But I can't say, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but just mistakenly, if I miss it, that's if the president will know that I try to talk to Marka.
Yes.
I mean, Marka makes the call.
So this was circulating before the lineup. Like you said, things trend on the social media, right? This was circulating in the street as well. The speaker was going to say goodbye and resign yesterday. This morning, yesterday, listening up to Yeka Kulova. So what that news came up, the next thing we heard that yes, people will go to Musa Bello. That's what I mean, that's what the social media does, right? People run with the information. So wait until you hear it from the office. Best thing to do. All right. Yes, good morning. 2 minutes up to 8 o'clock. This is 96.1, the True Breakfast Show. Good morning, Paul. If you're listening, yes, my name is O'Neill Alum. I have the full line. Let me start doing a couple of let me see what is this.
Now they go moving.
Hold on for me. Save it for me. Go ahead, and I will not change it.
I'm not doubting it, O'Neill.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting it. I'm only saying it is premature at this time. It will start a distraction to the administration. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Money. Opo, welcome back. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast.
Working in your,
Yeah,
your
but
inbox.
it's coming. His coming was a little bit late for me. So that's how I see it. In a way, why one of the strong lieutenants in the Congress for democratic
It's
change
been battle.
in battle for 90s, battle back and forth, left and right. We had to run to the crusade, to the SKD, to take some prayers and all. Joshua was nowhere to be seen until the dying moment, man. Josh, welcome back to the country. People went for his team, one for his album. There's some sedition not happen about it. It's still away for a very long time. The biggest opposition will still have Joshua. What will let you know? That's a fact about it. Staying away for that long, that's one small thing. Yes, by the way, yeah, be it. Let's go have this morning. Yeah, so the TBS.
Yes, so this show is powered by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. The lineup this morning, David Kuti is going to shortly align with the health tip. That will be followed by the review of the local dailies. In our studio chat, just a continuous reminder that ESTV, Liberia, SACOM, and NANASA run out of business soon because people now will be tired to subscribe through other countries.
They are doing it
Yes,
already.
people are already subscribing through other countries because something I can get from call Ghana for $20, I'm getting like real $6 and
That's it.
as soon as you open the floodgate, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yes, the package will arrive next week.
Yeah. Once they arrive, let me know they and be installed at DSTV. And you thought, it's a kind of news thing that people
Let
can
it
say
be
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so nobody should say, not be offended, please. It's just there's small things that like people can use sometimes. The way somebody will say, who will tell you?
who will tell you?
How they
We
so,
move.
let's see, no problem start with DSTV. We'll go to Ghana and get also. Yes. So, yes, we'll talk about that. Drivers complain of not being able to use the fire extinguisher if emergency occurs because it is very important that firstly you teach people, create some awareness in the area, major parking lots as to how the fire extinguisher can be used. Yeah, not just showing people what I'm supposed to go buy it. Now, Finance Ministry is still tight lip on the spoiled rice, the contaminated rice issue raised with TNT Enterprise and Kiwani Brothers. They told us they were going to call the media to go destroy that spoiled rice. Up to now, it has not happened. So we're not even sure whether it has not been sold already on the market. Yes, we're not sure. Maybe it's been sold already. So the ministry will have to do something about that. Again, most importantly, where the speaker resigned is a big question mark. And we're posting to all of us to discuss it when the speaker resigned. At 8:20 to 8:30 this morning, we open the line for interaction. 8:30 to 9:15, we have in studio Winifred Gray Johnson and Precious Sadi Obiaje of Connect Liberia. They will talk about providing internet to public and to the public and efficient services they've been providing already in the country. So for next Liberia, the team will be here to talk more about their services in Liberia. 9:15 sports, entertainment, and commercial brought to you Orange and EcoBank Liberia. 9:20 to 10 o'clock this morning, Dr. Francis Kete will be our guest on the last segment of the show to talk about a book launch coming up at this weekend. So yes, the former Deputy Minister of Health, someone who is
I've been saying for
hugely respected in the medical space in Nigeria, will be our guest this morning. But he'll be talking about a book launch this morning. Yeah, that's Dr. Kete will be here. So in the midst of all country first, and yes, let's do what we can in the interest of the Liberian people and the country to resolve the political or leadership impasse at the House of Representatives and move the country forward.
Great, good lineup. Great people listening now to the breakfast show. Good morning to all of you. Let's see the time. It's 5 minutes down. 8 o'clock. Let's bring on Jerry Ernest Cote with our health tip. Here's going to talk with our health tip. He's going to call right away. Best job that we have right now. He's enjoying this job. It's a full no job, no pay for it. Still is going to call his Marka. I don't think he's going to call Marka phone because
He's calling me. He's calling me. He did it. Do you want to pass on the he did it?
You can still busy.
Yeah, but
I said, man, you don't go for you busy.
they are busy. You leave me alone. I'll be there.
Didn't say you spoil his recommendation to President Marka.
You, the boy, who wanted to go take I'm gonna beat you. I can't beat you, sir.
Avaz! Amanda! Is that Chinese woman guy or what else?
This is techno company. The only good friend I could do, I think, for me, maybe I recommend speaker. Maybe I'm not speaker. Yeah, Papa, maybe I'm not speaker. Papa could do that for me. Great man, great man.
Good man.
You know where he is? You want to go there? To go to jail. If you have opportunity to go to jail.
No, you're not answering the question.
Where Dande is now? But where to the gate?
There are two most impressive questions you mentioned. Last time I was telling Communal Wisdom, I said there are two questions you missed so much. Chancellor and Kakula Poto. You missed them so much.
Yes, I do. Oh, yes. All my people who contribute to real politics. Yes.
They love the president politics.
Yes. Even to the president.
Okay.
The first I shook hands with my dear was through Omepoto.
Okay.
Yes.
So before you do your health tip, let me ask you, why always when does open love to be a run president? You always love to be a run president. Any idea?
Yes. It's good to be a run president.
Yeah, they didn't get his blood type.
Yeah, it's better to be around people who you can learn from. You know, it's not easy to become a president. So people like that got wisdom. Yeah, then you learn from them.
Okay.
People like Marka came and people want to go to work.
Well, now go ahead there. Let's hear you helped him.
Thank you. You know, people also know how to know back pain is our topic today. It is one of the most common health problems worldwide. It affects 560 million people all over the world. you need to, when you have a back pain, especially lower back pain, please do not be in a habit of taking tablets always. You will destroy your liver. Let me tell you about what comes mentioned one time. When you say you cannot do the same thing all the time and expect different results. Now, if you consult a medical doctor before you can implement any of this, because you must know the underlying cause of the reason. You just taking this. Now, uh, how to call it? Low back pain has many causes. And once you don't identify the main cause, you will continue taking painkiller and that will also kill your liver. Too much OTC tablets. Medicine that are prescribed by medical doctors are different tablets, yes. But when you just keep going to the doctor and buying, it's a serious problem. Now, these are some of the reasons why people have back pain. Listen carefully. Number one, prolonged sitting in one place for too long. Some people are just too lazy. They sit there for hours in one place. You can't do that. You put it on the desk in your back there, and you will have a problem with your back. There will be back pain. It also prolonged lying down. When you lie down for a long time, some people they just want to be in bed, laying down, lying down, they're in bed all the time. It's not a good thing. So, and then number three, repeated lifting of heavy objects. Those of you who go to the gym, hey man, you weigh 75 pounds. Then you won't be able to show it. You want blood, you put a little to it, then you won't lift also the 100 pounds. When you continuously lift up heavy weight, you will have back pain. Even in the market, I saw a lady the other day, the loader was all ahead. Oh no. Those are some of the causes of back pain. Number four, using weak mattresses can cause incorrect spinal alignment. Before, you cannot use one mattress for more than 10 years. No. Even especially these ones that you would buy from the store to use is sometimes not safe because it's being used already by people in Europe and America, and it's sitting here, you go buy, you don't know how long they've been using it. It's also not safe. And you can stop that. So change your mattress after every 10 years, between 7 to 10 years. Another thing that can bring up about
Back pain.
back pain, back pain is poor posture. Sometimes I see people playing Ludo, just leaning towards, they don't sit strictly in chair, just leaning. Those things can cause problems for your back. And I see a group of girls sometimes eating in a bowl, the boys on the ground, they just bending over there. Those things can bother your back. There's a black boy somewhere in Pisa, I won't put the area because I'm talking about him. The man's a money changer. But every time you pass by that man's place, he's sitting in a chair laying back with the legs all on his counter, laying back. Now that space between your back and your butt right there. Once it's not resting properly, my friend, you have back pain. So be careful. Another reason for back pain this age, once you get older, in fact, this is we have to be very careful when you're in your old age. Now, one of the reasons why I say it's good to see the doctor before you can start taking your painkiller or any medicine for back pain is that sometimes we mistake kidney stone for back pain. Oh yeah, it happens in the same area. You have kidney stone and you think it's ordinary back pain. Now you're there taking tablet. It's not good for you. You can stop your consult your doctor. These doctors went to school for this thing. Now that's not always they will read on the internet and can't become doctor there for 2, 3, or 5 years old. Doctors been to school. They go to school for many years to learn these things. So consult them. They will tell you what to do and what not to do. Remember this. If you are somebody who is not used to drinking water in the morning, you better start practicing now. It's important. Especially when you sleep. Naturally, you lose water. Your body is made of 6% water. And it must be maintained at all times so that the organs in your body can work like there's no your liver. What can they do? What to work? So if you don't do it, I'm afraid you have a problem with yourself. And that's it for today. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much. Well, wait a minute. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much.
no,
It's back in Loba.
So we're blue for certain period of time. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm right for fun on that. Yeah, I'm already on how to right. Anyway,
Well, how they call you?
I don't know again.
I know that he's not going to be here. He doesn't know me. I'm going to speak to him. He's looking him up. I
told you, I said,
know just looking at something.
I said, I said, no, you get that right.
I'm used to that. We can make them families. It's good like that. We are making impact on them.
Okay. Yeah, Jugu or really. Yes, what's making news from the print media this morning? So, welcome to the review of the papers. What's making news from the print media? Thursday, November 21, 2024. My name is O'Neill, along with Marka this morning on the Truth Breakfast Show 961. Our first stop have to do with the Inquirer newspaper. We didn't say why don't sleep. We didn't say in the paper 1 a.m. this morning. I said, you in the production room? Yes, what's making news on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper this morning? NSC curves for domestic investment in HIV response as Liberia prepares for War AIDS Day celebration. It's a story here captured on the front page of the Inquirer. You can grab a copy of the paper and read the rest of the story. U.S. Education launched 75 million literacy initiative for primary school. It's a summary story on the front page of the Inquirer. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story. Government targets 50,000 hectares of lowland rice farms in 5 years. All right. Still on the front page of the Inquirer, George Willie blasts government lawyers. What is happening? Almost ahead of the national by-election. Roosevelt Williams capture here. Yes, let's go to the back page. The back page of the Inquirer. What's on the back page? Government Public kicks off road accessibility project. Well, I'm saying photo of some engineers here on the back page of the Inquirer. You can grab a copy. Boycott Kane on Unity for Share Progress in the review from the Inquirer this morning.
Yeah, let's go for the front page Africa newspaper. On the front page of the front page Africa, opportunity for exoneration. Is the president's controversial pitch to represent Liberia at UN tells Senate confirmation hearing war and economic crimes court will exonerate him. This is Louis Brown speaking. He's captured right here in the blue suit on the front page of the front page Africa newspaper. I don't know why I'm seeing Councilor Bongo's photograph also on the same page.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Snubbing the majority bloc is a question mark. Liberian Senate breaks tradition, declines joint review of draft budget with House amid leadership crisis. Well, this is a major story on the front page of the front page Africa newspaper. Finally, giving defense ample time, Judge Dick gives government 72 hours ultimatum to provide evidence against former finance minister Samuel Twelve and others. Is the story from the front page of the front page Africa.
The front page of the front page. Great, that's a beautiful one. The last stuff I have to do with the Independent because of time. Smile for civil servant is captured on the front page of the Independent. I'm seeing the finance minister Gus a salary payment begins. Well, let's still on the front page of the Independent. Faults, experts challenge examiners. Well, it's also on the front page of the Independent. Let's go to the back page. The back page is not a good news. Well, man 50 chops off neighbor's arm. Please guilty in Sanukoli court. Hey man, the arm of this man is lying down. Off neighbor's arm. Please guilty in Sanukoli court is on the back page of the Independent. From US 67.4 million to US 98 million. Government PSIP to improve citizen living standard. This morning, exposed fake declarers rigs as LACC begin verification that some public officials who send in fake access declaration. Yes, the LACC will expose them.
Yeah, they're going for the verification.
Yeah, man. Yes, and the review of the Independent last
yes, so finally too is the data observer senior freeman condemns government fiscal policies.
Okay, man. Man.
Their economic consequences. He's here with a clean, clear glasses on his face. Arrest agenda kickstarts with 87 million PSRP allotment. Minister Gaffa is right here. You see on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Court gives government 72-hour ultimatum to make disclosure of all evidence on where co-defendants was number 12 is here. UNICEF urges Liberia to prioritize children's voices and rights. Let's go to the back page. Man 50 plead guilty of attempted murder. Is the final story on the back page of the Daily Observer.
Yes, I want to say thanks to all of you for viewing, for listening. If the stories are all interesting for you, you can have to do just get on the newsstand and get a copy of the paper sold for $40. Yeah, just $40. It's $50 you can pay. 40 because maybe you don't want to carry the cost. Yeah. So I want to encourage those of you selling in the print media. Yes, carry the price up to $50 because uh, let's just be 50
Yeah,
bucks.
just put the thing on
So
her.
yeah, do that for 12. Make it
What will
50.
these people want to? What is one thing I point out to you? Somebody in car buying a paper,
Yeah.
you read,
Like,
looking for
they give me
points.
change, man.
Yeah, you know.
Well, they brought someone a
So,
headline.
I just said the thing has been my 50.
They give someone a headline. Maybe say at the Bureau of Concession. And, dissatisfaction at the Bureau of Concession. Then the MD2 driving and see a route for no one there. The MD say, but Piggy give me that paper.
You 50 and then they give me 10 out all over. Oh, I think that be 50.
Yeah, do it. Upgrade up to 50. Yes, welcome to Rate. Because of time, let's just go through some of our talking points. We all know that the Ministry of Transport is doing an inspection. Yes, it's something good with rails, lawful revenue. Again, I want to appeal to fire service, right? I read throughout the traffic vehicle laws, right? There is nothing in it say you should have fire extinguisher. But again, on the other hand, it's good to have it for the car. So if someone has what the driving lessons, the registration of the vehicle all clear, try to consider them. Please encourage them say at least try to get a fire extinguisher. And one thing, those who buying it, even are very safe. I don't even know how to use it. And yeah, in majority, people just buying it but don't know how to use the fire extinguisher. So can fire service on the leadership of Wiswa or Wasu Bavo. Wasua Bavo.
So, but,
Yes, Bavo,
mhm.
conduct some kind of training exercise for it. I think it'll be good. In the majority.
Yeah.
And one person here, I don't even know how to use fire
But
extinguisher.
just a mobile awareness where
Yes.
you move from one place to another,
Yes.
use only 30 minutes, provide education.
This is how you use it.
Yeah.
This is how you can use fire extinguisher. Please do so. You know. Then the Ministry of Transport too. I mean, the country is a little bit tough. The country is hard. Now I'm gonna use offset. The country is very, very hard. There are people who you normally reach out to, to give something. The pay say ain't there, you don't believe it. So to raise local revenue is good. But let's also encourage people to do it in a rightful way. Yes. The DSTV. Is this Simon is on the front page of what? Which of the paper you're reading, sir? The Daily Observer. Stephen Freeman, please go to that story. I beg you. Please do that for me. Let's see what Stephen Freeman is saying. What the last 1 month we've been on this is DSTV. The still kept making government. Why is Stephen Freeman on the front page of the Daily Observer?
He condemns government fiscal policies.
Okay.
And condemns, he's always condemning. Yeah, he's always condemning.
And what do we begin?
Only he ought to routine right.
Yes.
Everything people do, he condemns it.
And we are just asking, can you just have one local content on DSTV for us? Where you go to DSTV Ghana, DSTV Sierra Leone, DSTV Guinea, DSTV Nigeria. For you coming details of Simon from a bit shy. One local content we don't have on DSTV. Millions of dollars are collected from subscription fees. The last one, two Nigerian girls just came on twin where Wendy and Hamdi, where they was living from. They seen DSTV. We don't have nothing to showcase. So can you please do this for us? So when you say the Irish agenda not doing well, we'll say, yeah, the man who's talking, we'll listen to him. DSTV, Satcom, Nana site. There are people going outside now to buy from Ghana and Nigeria. That's why I'm saying DSTV, Satcom, Nana site, yo, go to Nana site. I challenge LT, go to Nana site, see the office, you have two office space, one living room, one office room, new office. They don't have less than 20 employees, but it collects a bunch of people. Huge. I'm not pushing DSTV or Satcom on another side, but the monthly subscription fee in Africa is too high. Jafar was talking yesterday. Oh, you make 150. If Marka is making 150, for example, you work at LRA, you have to pay the current bill, you have to pay water bill, and go and pay his wife. It's how the light
You know how in there?
Jack, look at George, right? Money for a rented resident. Yeah, put it what's rent there too. And now the people then go to farm room for $20, $24, stepping up to $30, $50. You know, so it's too high, man. Chima Papa, you may not be a barman, but business wise, you're not doing well. Yes. And before we get the lines up, this regulation popped up. For the Ministry of Commerce, I'm very good at the Commerce Ministry. Marka interview the IG, the Inspector General of Commerce. They promised us the contaminated rice at K and for 50,000 bags. That the government put a big lacto before Madeline Dagoze took over as Commerce Minister.
Is she confirmed now?
She went for confirmation. But Dagoze, Minister Dagoze, K and Fuani brother.
Maybe you're waiting so it'll be a first tax.
Okay, now first tax.
When she is commissioned and appointed by the president, and then she go on.
Yeah.
Maybe you just say
she'll be
once you don't provide us information, we'll just
to the fact that the Inspector General of Commerce will call on the air and say yes, the government lack is still there, but we'll call the leader to go and dispose now once we will destroy it, right? Almost 2 weeks. So how do you expect that? We'll think the rest already on the market.
Yes, that's how we feel.
Yeah, I mean, let's remove the line.
Yeah, we can do
more, right?
Yeah, so maybe we can just take 3 key thoughts.
Yes, we wait for the main guest of Connect like you. Yeah, she's not going to start until yes. One is in until Winifred coming. Winifred will be here in like 10 minutes, hopefully. 10 minutes from now, she will be here.
Yeah, so maybe you can comment when you make your call. You can comment as to whether the speaker should resign or should wait until the right things are done. So 0770202579. This is the female line. They are not being too active this week. Yes, female line 0770202579, and the other line
0777285961. Someone made a prediction and said Yoko will do the same camera for yes.
Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I'm just yeah, for me, Marka, it's because you can resign. Because we need the net made or small way to remove this because the wrong way. So we need someone to stand their ground. The law will not only matter to politics, not the culture of the fact that it's
okay.
But my God, I want to speak with this or something.
Please, quickly.
If you got increase for this teacher salary, I think we want to force it for the ever been made. But my God, look at the rest because of living. I believe on the Professional Teacher Association of Liberia, less than 500 USD and no master degree. 150 is not sustain a teacher who has experience. There's no public transportation for teachers. So I think for BSc, maybe 250.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
The background is too bad, man. Yeah, no, you can't do this to us, man. You can't do it. Stop it. Terrible.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
When you come to cover 48.5
The comment, like I said, the comment Bob Brown's rule change. Bob Brown's rule change. Zaka, what is that? Zaka local.
Good morning. Very good.
Okay. So you take una resignation or leaving the country, comparing with the speaker. Anyway, that's up to you. So if you someone will ask you, we should ignore the laws and all of it, the same law that constitute the house. Is that how we should be proceeding as a people in the country? So the next thing we get a Senate program to also go. Anyway, yes, in 5 minutes we hope to get out to our guests. Let's pick a little call on the line. Good morning.
Yes, I can be seen.
You guys started campaign soon. Good.
I think the cool movement on it.
Wait, hold on. You acting like cool movement 2029. Okay.
Mhm.
Incoming representative, go ahead, man. Lead cool movement. Forget about it. Depending on your advice. Go ahead. You don't want to be the Abraham Fana? Look at that.
All right.
Thank you.
One thing is security journalist.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Oh. Oh, okay, you want to line up so? What about the cool movement? Cool 2029.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Every Saturday. Thank you. Thank you. Do like bring people work so that things can be done. Yes. Let's take 2 more calls. At least we'll have some time for our guests to be adjusted. Uh, who can be in the people meeting schedule? Yes. You got us one going through. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
take of it.
Yes.
Take of it.
Let's see. When you get job again, what you still calling, man? Bobby Allison, Bobby Billy Allison, what you say? Yeah, man. Marka say you miss the former speaker, man, your former boss, man. They would love to listen to SOS call. Yeah. Good morning, Bobby Allison.
Mhm.
What goes around comes around. Just to see
Okay,
winning prayer.
the final one.
Yes. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby, you can leave the line. Thank you.
Good morning. How is your myopia?
Ethiopia. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
Situation in the world house is frustrating. You know what people do? It is the Lord does not say that when in like situation, we get people must move. You have to still be careful for the people dealing submit to the third because they still in the third because the complaint is where it is sent to the community that is formed to investigate this. It accuses the something to that community. It gets investigated. The community brings that report to the plan. When the report is read and they watch that report, she constitutes the of the man, which is the people. Okay? And when that truth is taken, then the speaker is taken. They begin to get out of the speaker. That's what it is. But now we have moved to this law, we put ourselves in another hospital because we have the number they mentioned. And then Nigerian people say, they pressure.
So most there's something that's a little bit critical about this point that a lot of people have raised, which we are also raising this morning. Now, so if the 49 sign the resolution and this resolution is it calls for investigation, you do your investigation, everything. If you can't on its own have a vote on the resolution, does that also require another 49 or it requires simple majority?
The first thing is that even for the resolution is just a shortcut to this whole thing. The thing is, even five persons against the speaker and they have grounds and evidence and all that. Even 5% communication, raise the accusation. What is not those things that are they get being investigated?
Those we have to do more. We need to read the rules and the laws more to see. Yeah, because
There is now and I support a lot of people should not resign. In this picture, they're removing a speaker.
Yeah, but the history that have been no majority ever remove any speaker. I mean, maybe because of pressure.
No majority and there's a 50 because maybe we have 6 people. So let the law be tested. People are lawmakers.
okay, thank you, Move.
For me, I want to say something. Sometimes
Okay,
the
thank
law
you.
must be tested in a civilized country. Like we have seen, obviously, speaker
Why
have
are we
resigned.
listening?
Yeah, on two separate times now, speaker have to resign. Maybe because the pressure of the of the country and every other. So we still wait to see the public too. Also,
Someone sent a text message. Said, "Good morning, TBS. We who are in Lofa, we do our subscription from Guinea, and I told two of my brothers and over to subscribe from Guinea, and they did because they did TBS TV.
oh, okay. People subscribing now.
From Guinea,
That's
on
why I said yes. The cycle now start very soon.
yeah, as soon as we get a procedure, we'll the whole one second to educate Liberia.
Yes,
You have to
how,
subscribe
how to,
outside of Liberia.
yes. And that, I know my brain's very well with that. Yeah.
Without the
Who was
economy,
getting it?
the economy, Hannah,
Yeah.
wow, did they? 36 after every 30 days.
30 days.
Uh,
Oh, 30 day has not on the month
more than half of my
yeah,
husband.
30 day has September. When's that? Yes.
And you say subscribing with the other how they call it, the levels. You now have the opportunity to watch maybe Champions League and other things. Yeah,
You
so
watch
the very
Champions League.
essence. The repeated show they show you over and over that you have to go pay 3 hours to be watching every day. So,
Yeah, so as soon as our guests get adjusted,
when you get adjusted
yes,
and
yes.
then
I beg you, hold on, hold on. Yeah, hold on. That Winifred get adjusted. Yeah, she as soon as she gave up,
that will never get adjusted.
yes, Winifred get adjusted. That's what people running
Yeah.
fast. Yeah, yes. The TBS, yes. As soon as you think about it, the road, yes, we will post connect to the internet provider in Nigeria. We have invited you on the section of the show. Much for listening. Let's have a good time until 10 o'clock on the phone. The rule of them from now to 9:15 is that we have scheduled for them. So we have in studio Winifred and that of Precious, both of them. And connect. Let me just have a few quickly. Yes. Yes. So we have in studio this morning Winifred Gray Johnson, who's the manager. Precious and will die G. Oh my God, why are you laughing? Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, on
Good
you.
morning.
You spoiled the woman name.
It's Shade.
That day. That day.
Shade. Yeah.
Great. How is Connect Nigeria?
Connect is well and vibrant. We're thriving. We are spreading our coverage, and this is why we're here this morning. Connect is doing really well.
Great, great, great. That is doing very well. Great. So just introduce yourself individually. Your role you connect, then we'll get to
Yeah, of course. Good morning again. My name is Winifred Gray Johnson. I am the head of sales and marketing at Connect Services Liberia. I'm in studio this morning with Miss Sade.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Precious. I'm from Connect Liberia and a sales agent at Connect.
Great. So just tell us a background. Who's listening up to you? Can you tell us a little bit about your connect? It's just how you started.
Connect is, as we've been saying, Connect is an internet service provider. We've been operational in Liberia now for about 4 years. We're coming up on 4 years. We've been here since 2021. And primarily, we began with a sole target of corporate and institutions, businesses. And over time, I think perhaps towards the end of 2022, we expanded to homes as well. And so Connect offers internet services to both homes and corporate institutions.
Yes, let's go back a little bit. In terms of empowering the creation of an internet service provider, just buy internet in a country.
Just the obvious gap that existed in the market prior to Connect. Before us, there was this issue of being able, customers having unlimited internet. For those who wanted unlimited internet, perhaps the price that was attached to that would have been really high. And then the packages that seemed affordable happened to be the data or the limited packages. And then we go into all the other things about readability, speed. Those sort of gaps we recognize existed in the Liberian market. And so Connect thought to step in and do a better job.
So let's look at the key services and features that set Connect apart from others in the market.
This is a good question. I think it ties in well with what I was saying previously about the issue with unlimited internet. That is a unique service. Primarily, what is known on the market, what people think about when they're purchasing internet is that they're buying data. And so the trick with that is depending on your consumption, how high you're using how fast or how high your consumption is, you run out of data and you go and purchase again. And so it's a money making machine, right? Not to say that Connect isn't here for profit. But one of the unique aspects of our service is we give the customer unlimited internet for a period of 30 days. So you pay your 1 month subscription, and you have unlimited access to the internet for that period. That is one of the uniqueness about us. But also, I think the way how we go about, and specifically for our corporate customers, the way how we go about setting up the customer. We take our time to do an assessment. We advise the businesses on the sort of the types of connections that would make sense for their setup, for their work. And then based on our recommendations, the client can either choose to go ahead with that, which we have found have been very effective. And so we put in the time. It might sound time consuming, but it's really important that we give the I'm seeing something on the screen.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's so I got distracted. What was
Yeah,
I
sorry,
saying?
there are some comments from people who are following online. Just continue.
Okay, I
Yes.
see. Oof, I lost my thought. But okay, I was saying
The
we're talking about
services
the
you provide,
uniqueness
your
about
uniqueness
right.
of the people.
And I was saying that I think that because we take the time to do an assessment, we advise correctly. We do installations based on informed decisions. I think in the long run, we've seen customers have benefited from that because you're not just coming to our shop and say, "I want internet," and we just sell whatever it is that you want to you. And so those are just a few aspects or components I think that
I know you touched on this a little bit, but can you explain further the different offers here and those that are best suited for these offers?
um, I usually like to give a breakdown of there are two. I begin this with by saying we have two sort of targets, right? There is the corporate customer and there's the home user. And so for corporate customers, we have different types of connections. You were talking fiber, point to point, LTE wireless, satellite. And so there are more options there for the corporate institutions. For the residential clients, we offer the fiber to home packages, connection, and we offer LTE wireless connection. Now, underneath those two connections, there are also several packages.
Great. So let's move on to technology and innovation. Right after that, we'll get up to the sales agent and how do you connect leverage the latest technology?
Um, we stay on top of what is current on the market. We're constantly updating. I had a conversation yesterday with someone that was sharing that if you look on the market, the devices, there's something as simple as the routers that we use 2022 are not the same routers we're using now, right? Because technology, as we all know, is constantly evolving. And so stay on top of the latest, and we provide the Liberian market the latest and the best routers, radios, services that's available to the consumer.
Okay, I think it's actually already talking about the upgrade. In terms of recent innovation or upgrade, customers turn on the two performance and then
Sorry,
in
what
terms
do you
of
mean?
major upgrade.
In terms of additional services, is that so? Yeah, Connect has been primarily an internet company. We sell internet, but I think customers would be interested to know that as of now, we offer cybersecurity services as well. That is something we're really eager to push out more, especially coming with the new year coming. And we're now also official partners of Cisco. That's like a lot of networking devices. We're talking access points, routers, and so sometimes customers come in and they don't necessarily want the internet, but want to have these devices, and now we can also provide that as well. So those are some of the things that are coming.
Yes, Precious, with your own, let's say some experience with customers. You go out, you're an agent, but that's not the feedback. He definitely
Our customers, they are really satisfied with our product. We make sure that they're satisfied. We're always one step ahead, being creative with what we provide. And at times we just go out there to make sure that the service, they are comfortable with the service, and whatsoever problem they have, we make sure that we resolve it. We're always checking in with them to make sure that yes, they're on point. We send our technical team if they have any inconvenience to resolve the issue. And yes, sales are really going on well.
How many countries so far? The big that you can proceed.
Coverage, you mean?
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier on in this, while we've been talking, is that there are different types of connections that we can offer to our customers, whether it's a corporate customer or a residential client. So as far as corporate institutions or businesses, we have coverage across Liberia, right?
Across Liberia.
Yes. And again, there are limitations or restrictions based on the type of connection. But so that is for corporate. For our residential clients, right now we've been solely focused on Montserrado.
You want to call the entire Montserrado?
Yes. With plans to expand. In fact, this is immediate plans to expand to other counties as well, to provide home services in other counties.
Great. I'm receiving a lot of text messages from homes. There are folks who say, well, I want internet on my phone, how does it work? But you answer all of that. Yes, before we get a line, I just think of plans that connects one to achieve in the next couple of years.
I think you want to go. I don't want to hijack the conversation from Sade. But I think forget connect. I think I want to speak for myself as a person, as a Liberian. I think the vision there is to have Liberians have internet access.
Yeah, high quality internet.
High quality,
Yeah.
reliable, affordable. And so these are factors that are playing in the minds of us at Connect. And so we are looking to see how we can have the internet accessible.
Are there any special offers or promotions currently ongoing or available?
Yes, we do have a promotion for this Christmas season. So we have a referral, we have a raffle draw as well. So if you're a customer and you refer like two persons to us and they subscribe, you'll be able to get like 3 months of free subscription, meaning you're not going to pay for those 3 months. And then that's to enter the raffle draw. And if you refer like 4 persons, you stand a chance to win
6 months.
6 months of free subscription. And if you refer like 6 person, you get a year of free subscription. Yeah.
So let me help recap that. So we have this ongoing raffle that we're preparing for, and I think we're going to do the announcements over the holidays. But this is for our current customers. They get the chance to participate in this, and like she said, if you refer two customers, you enter the raffle for the 3 months. If you do 4, you enter the raffle for 4 months, 6 months. If you do 6, you enter the raffle for 1 year. I'm really excited about this because I think even I probably will play myself. And somebody will become a lucky winner of 1 year free subscription. So Connect, our devices are not movable. We don't have the service isn't portable, and so no, you can't have it on your phone.
For homes, right?
For homes, we install an outdoor radio and we connect that to an indoor router, and so it stays put. So you would have to have the devices in that facility and then connect via Wi-Fi. And so no, you can't walk
So,
around.
on the promotions you were talking about, you say refer someone to. So are you saying, for example, if I'm subscribed to Connect and then maybe encourage you to come and start subscribing. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So,
you you you
because I
enter.
wanted people to understand clearly what that means.
Oh, I think yeah.
Yeah, so if I encourage people to come and subscribe, will connect, and stand a chance.
To win
Yeah.
up to 1 year free subscription. Yes.
Yeah.
Not another person. Six for 1 year,
6 for 1 year,
and 2 for 3 months,
4 for
For
6
for
months.
6 months. Yeah.
Yes, there are 3
Okay.
categories.
Yes,
Yeah.
let us fill out this question. And how
Mhm.
much does it take for running?
Yes. So like I said, there are 2 types of connections for residences. You have the LTE wireless. The installation cost on that is $100. No,
No,
the
so
Okay,
it's
so
installation
to
always
is
install,
one
to
One
time.
time.
It's a
install,
one-time cost. And there are 2 packages on the LTE wireless. You have the $75, which is $75 monthly. That will give you up to 8 Mbps of unlimited internet, valid for 30 days. And we have the 115 package, which is valid for also 30 days unlimited internet, and the speed on that is up to 13 Mbps.
excellent.
Hold on. So
yeah.
that's just one connection for residences.
Oh.
The other type of connection is the fiber to home, the FTTH. The installation cost on that is
65 for basic.
no, the installation cost is
It's
170,
170. Yeah.
and we have packages ranging from as low as $65.
yes. So still under this promotion, how can listeners take advantage of these deals?
They can call us on our numbers, which I will announce here shortly. But you can also walk into our office. We're located on the 3rd Street, opposite EPA. We're also on social media. You can follow us. You can send us a DM across social media platforms. We're at Connect Liberia. And actually today we're doing a giveaway of every day I increase this. So today we're looking for 3 lucky winners who subscribe today after listening to this show can walk away with a smartphone. And so I would encourage listeners to take advantage of that.
So after this show,
Mm-hmm.
3 persons who are listening now, if they come to subscribe today,
Mm-hmm.
they will win themselves a phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, it's first come, first serve. There are 3 phones available, and so
So for the first 3
the first 3
persons,
persons will
will
win
have
smartphones. Yes.
smartphones. Well, that is good. But I mean, can we hear a little, maybe I should call it testimonials or stories about success, how people are enjoying your service? What feedback are you getting from your customers?
I think in Liberia, one of the major issues, I mean, we're all Liberians. You guys can attest to this as well. Is customer service, right? Like Liberians aren't known for great customer service, and Connect, I can boldly claim, have made such a difference with how we interact with our customer. So I think for a start, that has been one of the immediate feedback we get. I always get Winifred, thank you for being so helpful. Thank you for being patient. Even though I'm not even the technician, I'm not the one installing, I'm not the one being on the support line 24/7. But I think just the way how we interact with our customers, how we make them feel seen and heard, especially when they're having internet issues, I think that has been one of the major feedback we receive, customer service. The next thing is support. I mentioned that we have a 24/7 data center. We call it a NOC. It's Network Operating Center. That line is on WhatsApp, available to our customers 24/7. I would have customers who will cut up the NOC at 4 a.m. if their internet is down, and we'll have a technician who can readily resolve the issues. If it's a corporate customer, or sometimes even my residential clients, we make sure to do site visits if there is a need for that. And so based on those sort of unique qualities, we've gotten really good feedback and really happy customers.
So maybe my final question so far would be like, what is your impression with the customer base that you have now in your database compared to your expectation, considering the time you have been here so far?
Precious Sade is new, but when we started compared to where we're at now, I think we've exceeded our expectation.
Okay.
It penetrating the Liberian market, especially with internet, stable internet, or the barriers to entry were high, right? I always say this. I say that the Liberians we're stuck in our ways. We're not people that are prone to change. Our favorites, most of the times, somebody was there. It's better to be with the devil, right? And so we had some. I mean, we had some fears, but 2021 and now coming to the end of 2024, it is remarkable how we've exceeded our target.
Especially with the corporate customers.
Especially with the corporate customers, but I also honestly I think it's easier. It has been far more easy to obtain corporate customers because corporate need reliable internet. The internet has to be stable, right? And of course, with Liberia, we've been having issues with like ACE. The ACE cable, sometimes if there's a cut in the ACE cable, Connect has backup in place that our corporate customers can rely on to be able to have their internet to be able to do their work.
Among them, do you have banks?
Of course, I have. Do we have all the banks?
You normally don't have to name them. I'm
not. I'm just thinking. I'm not. I'm not calling names. Also, I don't want to. I don't want my competitors to jump on the wagon right now. But yeah, we have banks in our portfolio, of course.
Okay, so can we go to the line now and interact with members of the public? Maybe they can ask some questions. Except there's anything you haven't said so far you want to.
No. We can go, but just shortly, I do want to just state again the packages we have for residential.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, we have the LTE wireless connection, and we have the FTTH connection. Two separate types of connections that can bring the internet to your home. On the FTTH, we have packages ranging from as low as $65, and on the LTE wireless, we have packages ranging from $75. So yeah.
So all required installation costs?
LTE wireless, the one-time installation cost is $100. FTTH, $170 USD.
Okay, so yes, you can call now to ask questions. Some of the other questions we did not ask, and what more you need to know about Connect. We have the team with us here this morning. Yes, I'm trying to go to this part. We'll call on 0770202579 and 777-285-961. Again, 0770202579 and 777-285-961. We have the team here from Connect. Winifred Gray Johnson is here, Precious Adiaji. I'm speaking correctly.
Odiaji.
Odiaji. Okay, yes. We're here providing information on the services Connect is providing in Liberia. So call 0777-285-961, 0777-285-961, 0770-2025-79. If you have a very big business, you need stable internet connection, Connect is right here. So you can make all of the inquiries you need to make. And again, the promotion, the first 3 persons who will just, after this interview, want to connect office and say, well, I want to get connected, you have a chance to win a phone for the first 3 persons. So I think this is a good thing. So yes, you can call to participate in the show. While we are with the calls, this promotion, does it have timeline?
Let's give it 2 days.
Okay.
So a Lucky Truth FM listener can walk in at Connect. Again, our office is at 3rd Street Sinker, opposite EPA, or COS, and say, I listen to you guys on the radio. I want to sign up. Once you subscribe, you walk away with a smartphone. Let's keep that running for 2 days. Let me go ahead now and call the numbers to call.
No, let me take the call.
Okay.
You will do that later.
Okay, sure.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marka. Good morning to you. See you guys.
Good
Good
morning.
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 Yes, if I have a conversation, but I have a few issues. I don't know because you asked the question earlier. Number one, to know what set her apart in the industry, but I don't think she was able to give the color area. Number one, she has issues internet consumption in this country. Number one is quality service. Quality service has to do it. When you pay for something without value from what it should be achieved. I think a lot of people don't understand. I mean, we are not able to get that from internet provider. That's one too. The cost of, quality also come with cost. So the cost of internet, like she said, I think they're talking about Amazon subscription to be $75 and 125. For your competitors in the market, like outside, all right.
Let's say competitors. You don't need to call companies now. Let's say competitors.
Competitors on the market, far lower. So I can go for your price, irrespective of the price. I mean, irrespective of the cost. But what quality is setting apart? I need to be very clear with that because we need to know that. That's one. The last of my question is, how far are you? Where is your coverage area? What are the areas that you're reaching?
Okay.
So you should be very clear with that. Thank you.
Okay, they are taking notes. We will respond to that. Let me take the next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. This is Christian Williams. And I wanted to make my input. I've been following the show.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we have, another option. This inspiration for my hotel, especially. One of the considerations I have been making is, I've been talking to a couple of products. So, I think especially to where my business is.
Okay.
Just down the top of the hill, and my residence is the old board airport. Something that I have in Everett and Kennedy. So I definitely would like to I will reach out to them and we'll sit down and do a couple. I just want something, and most of the times when there's no show, my business goes down, and I want something that is what I've been looking for. Once you have a quality service and especially the customer service.
I don't know why I should testify on behalf of True FM.
You have to. I'm looking at you and waiting.
Yes, so I mean, I think I can testify on behalf of True FM that we're using the service here, and
You've been for the last 2 years.
Yeah. So we are. If we can get that today, you also win yourself a phone, depending on yeah. I can assure you if you get to the office today, the sound hearing your voice if you get to the office today, I think we can move on from there.
Listen, you never know.
Okay, so we'll ensure that you have the contact. Okay, Chief. This one, this could just run. Yes, you can also call, express interest, and do business. We'll connect. I can testify on behalf of Chief. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. And good morning to the ladies in your studio.
Good morning.
Say thanks for their presentation this morning. We've made similar service providers say that they cover also other areas. But when you ask them about specific areas, they say, well, we have this app, but we have not reached specific place or these specific places. So if your studio guys could just be specific to tell us where we have covered profile, we've covered, for instance, I live in Virginia, and I want a good service. I need to know whether they actually have full covering Virginia. And if so, then the next question is, what kind of a service like I hear them talk about the LTE and I think TTE, something like that.
FTTH.
A determination. Is it the customer or the actually specific? Thank you.
Okay. Please take notes to respond appropriately to the caller's question. Yes, that was a good question there as well. To this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
You call from where? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. That the government, big government agencies outside of Colorado County, they need stable and internet with speed. So these are some of the issues. So let's see if we can take at least one or two more calls, and then we'll get back to you to explain to the callers who made the inquiries step by step so they can understand clearly. If we can't get a call coming immediately, so we can just go back to Precious and Winifred to provide the answers to the questions raised by the callers. Yeah.
Thank you. The first question I think was about our coverage, and what sets us apart. What are some of those qualities? I wasn't clear earlier on, and I think there's also another. We've had a couple of questions about our coverage,
Coverages, yeah.
and so for residential clients, we are as far as Marshall
Mhm.
on the RIA highway. We're as far as Mount Bartlett over that side,
Yes, I'm back.
Johnsonville. We're as far as Caldwell,
Okay.
Lower Caldwell. Um, the guy who called up Virginia,
Mhm.
I think yes, and there's sometimes even with our tower with the Caldwell Tower, there's some customers in Virginia that will catch on that. There are other customers who perhaps it's a tree block or it's further away from the tower, and so I can confidently say yes to his question. And then obviously we do the loop around back, Central Morovia, and then the Somalia Drive. So Partnersville, Stephen Talbot, Chocolate City, that side as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Central Morovia. This is for residences.
Okay.
For corporate institutions, businesses, we have coverage, or we can give you internet regardless of where you are in Liberia. What I said earlier on was there are limitations with some connections, and I mentioned that there are four types of connections that we have at Connect. There's the satellite, there is fiber, there is point to point, and LTE wireless. Based on the type of connection you want, we can give you coverage. If you're say in, I don't know, I always try to think about the farthest ends of Liberia.
Okay, so let me use one of my cities in my county. If I have a business in Ganta, for example, and I want your service there.
Ganta is not a far place. Ganta is like the next biggest thing to Monrovia. So yes, of course we have service in Ganta. We offer satellite and fiber in Ganta. But I'm saying maybe Foya, for an example. Is that far? I think that's far.
Yes, Foya is far.
We could offer customers a corporate institution satellite connection in Foya.
Okay.
So so it really just depends on the type of connection. There's some connection like we don't have fiber in Foya.
So like for example, one of the caller who said who talk about Bapolu is, for example, the Emory Hospital in Bapolu, for example, need the service.
Yes.
Can you can give that?
Yes.
Okay.
We can. Again, the connection matters. The type of connection matters. But I really want to talk about what sets us apart, because I think that's important.
Yep.
I mentioned, and there are two things. We're corporate institutions, and I think I'm waiting to hopefully meet you, Christian, by one. If a client come to us, we really do our due diligence of doing an assessment, adequately advising the customer what is going to be best for the type of business that they run. And based on that, the customer can make their decision or make a choice coming from an informed place. I think that is not the same for many other service providers on the market. That is one. Another thing is the speed on that we have with our packages. And I'm looking on the screen and I see our 75 LTE package and our 115. The speed on those are up to 8 and the 115 is up to 13. These are not, and please, I always say this, do the price comparison across the market. Are you getting unlimited internet up to 8 Mbps for $75 with any provider? That is a unique quality that Connect has. Precious, what else makes Connect great?
We are very reliable. We are, like she just said, we are very affordable. Go out there and do your research. We are very affordable. Like our customers can even attest to it. And we provide like high quality internet and we are very, very efficient. Take for instance, like we're very swift with our team. Once if you have an inconvenience, we're there at your doorstep to make sure that we resolve the issue.
I was mentioning Shadi because I thought she was going to say we have a great sales team. But I think one thing that I want to highlight that I think makes the biggest difference when it comes to internet, whether it's when it comes to reliability and high speed, is the internet going to be on? There is an issue with internet in Liberia. I can remind the listeners about the outage we had earlier this year. Was it March? We lost internet service. Connect immediately took steps and measures to ensure that in the event that the ACE cable cuts, our customers who are on our network will still be on. And you guys can attest to that. But and so sometimes when everybody is like no internet in the country again, our users are still connected because we have a backup link, we have a backup cable that we've put that we pay a lot of money for. And there was another caller asking about quality and affordability. The truth is, if you want quality, it's gonna come at a cost. If you want to have internet 24/7 with as limited downtime as possible, Connect will do the investment. We have done the investment. This is something that sets us apart. We're connected to ACE. In the event that ACE is down, we have a backup cable that we're working on. If you want all those qualities, it comes with a cost attached. But we keep in mind the consumer and we try to make it at a fair price.
All right. Yeah, so it's actually just in case of hotline, the hotline, if the one service or maybe for you want to call your hotline just in case.
Yes. You can hit us up on WhatsApp on 0770 166 166 and call us on our office number
0775 553333.
You want to take that again? 077
55 3333.
That number is available 9 to 5 on Monday to Friday. On Saturdays 9 to 2 p.m. You can call that number, but you can also text our WhatsApp number at any time. It's 0770 166 166. Or you can follow us on our social media platforms and send us a DM. And even call us from social media as well.
Okay, what's the WhatsApp again? 0770 166
0770 166 166.
166. Yes, let's go for it. What's up? Shadi, let's hear from you before we go.
Yeah, so I would like to encourage our listeners to take advantage, especially for the promo that we're offering this season and our residential package, also our corporate package. We are very affordable. You can come stop by our office or call us or send us a DM on our social media platform. We are always there to answer whatever question you have about our platform. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, O'Neill. Thank you guys for having us in studio this morning. To your listeners, to the people listening to us, I again want to just go over our residential prices. Again, two types of connections. You have the LTE wireless with an installation cost, a one-time installation cost of $100. You have our FTTH connection, a one-time installation cost of $170. With FTTH, we have packages from as low as $65. And with LTE wireless, we have packages from as low as $75. Again, the internet is unlimited. There is no data cap. You have access to enjoy your internet for 30 days. And so call us. Our numbers again are 0770-166-166.
0775-553333.
Follow us on social media at Connect Liberia. Thank you so much.
Great. Look forward to having another time.
Of course.
Great.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yes,
Bye.
Bloomberg Green Johnson, today with us this morning. Let's get our break. We'll come back. We'll bring on Dr. Francis Ketia. Yeah, now we're showing the book out there. Yeah, yes. Let's go to our break. We'll be right back after our break this morning on the Breakfast Show.
Take your time to go to your bank. Get the traffic not easy. By the time you reach the last, that will make you scared. Hey man, that was something for for the Christmas season. Yeah, or is it too hard? What is your baby? You think the tire? Every day, bank. How much
Character is all about.
transportation?
And I also want to remind this audience, as the good book says, we must, in the nature of things, be Christians of Berea. If you read the Acts of the Apostles, Paul says that he liked the Christians of Berea because whenever the word had been preached, they went out and read the word to confirm if what had been preached was true. And I also want you to go and read. We are talking about character and the followership. Throughout the ages, men and women have followed evil men. And these are those days that we must warn ourselves. I am encouraging you, if you are a Christian of Berea, go and fact check what I'm saying. And you can even fact check it as I'm speaking. Read the book of Matthew at chapter 24, verse 24. In the end days there shall come many Christs, and they shall work wonders, and they shall mislead even the very elect, if it were possible. So we must warn ourselves as people who believe in God. We must warn ourselves as Christians in the knowledge, as Paul writes in his second letter to Timothy, as chapter 3, that there shall become a form of Christianity where we shall be lovers of ourselves, where we shall be boastful, where we shall have people confusing people, just as Jannes and Jambres confused the multitude. But we are one to do the right thing. And I'm also telling you that the same Bible tells us that you cannot pretend to be lovers of God whom you have not seen if you do not love your brothers and sisters whom you see. You know, when we talk about character, we are talking about serious business. When we talk about prayers, we are talking about serious business. When my good friend Godfrey was asking people to pray, I'm making some of you uncomfortable, and that is my intention.
Much respect. And what are his expectations for the launch that is happening tomorrow at 4 p.m. Yes, so Keto is the Minister of Health for Health Services. We used to call it former Chief Medical Officer of the Republic of Liberia. So yes, let's cross over to that this morning to good morning, that is good to have you again.
Thank you so much. It is so good to be here. I can remember the last time I was here at the studio, and I've seen a lot of changes. I'm so excited and grateful to the management and to every one of you for the role that you are playing in educating and bringing uh, positive information to our people.
Yes, thank you for the compliments. And yes, we're here. It's been a little bit some time now. It's good to have you back here. How are you?
I'm doing very good. I'm excited and doing great.
Okay. What is that doing now?
So Dr. Kitty basically is doing something that he loves, and that is writing, and also serving as a consultant for a company based in Dubai.
Okay.
So I'm between Liberia, Dubai, and the United States, and many a times because my
You
project.
just flying in the air. I'm afraid of flying.
I think that's something that it relaxes a person when you are up in the air, because you know that you have no control over what happens there. So you just relax and it'll be okay.
That is great. So when you always ask this question, life in government, life out of government, what is it like now?
I think they are two different things. Basically, depends on what you do as a person. When you are in government, you are there to make a difference, and you do what you can and work to the best of your ability to make sure that the trust that is being placed on you is exemplified in the actions that you take, the actions and the inactions that are taken by you. In private setting, you do what you want to do at your own pace, and that burden, that pressure is not on you. You have to now build that pressure on yourself. And so in my private thing, I can see more additional pressure on me because there are a few things I want to accomplish
Okay.
before I turn 60 years of age. And so I'm pushing a lot of things.
That is great. So before we can talk about this specific book that you're about to launch, you call it Unimaginable Habit. Is that the title?
Yes, unimaginable harvest. And this is the copy of the book.
Okay, that is great. With a photograph of Dr. Kato right on it there.
Sure, Marka.
That is good. So let's talk about your inspiration, your passion for writing. Give a little background of when you developed that.
Uh, so Marka, mine, growing up as a child, I always sat in the courtroom,
Mhm.
with my father, who was a teacher and also a justice of the peace. And so as a child, I really didn't play. I was always sitting among the older people, listening to them and so forth. But one thing that I realized is that after all of the deliberations, those things have to be written down. And so many a times my dad would ask me to take note. And so growing up in the Methodist Youth Fellowship, I was the general secretary for the United Methodist Youth Fellowship, Kipamas District. And then when I became a young adult, I became assistant general secretary for the conference and also the second general secretary of the United Methodist Young Adult Fellowship under the leadership of Francis Zeze. And I was assistant secretary general under the leadership of Bolton Talen Yema when he was president. So writing has been a part of me, and I also love to read and so forth. And every time I sit and I read the books of others or other literatures, I always get inspired and had that aspiration of writing one day. But being in my positions, taking care of the life of others, I put that, on the back burner. Now that I have this flexibility, I'm trying to bring back that other portion of me, and that is writing.
Is this the first one?
Yeah, this is the first one, and before July of next year, I will have two more coming out.
Why is it important to write?
It's important to write because the thing here is that it doesn't matter what you do on earth. Whatever that is written, the children today, the ones tomorrow, And those that will come years after will have something to relate to. You will read it and say, okay, we've heard of someone called Francis Kitty. And this is some of the things that inspired Francis Kitty to do what he did. And or these were things that he discovered. And because of this, I hope to become something else. For example, we all growing up, we read Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe. And today, when sometimes I sit and reflect on some of the things that Chinua Achebe wrote about, we are seeing those things happening today. And so, had Chinua Achebe not, documented what his thoughts were, we wouldn't have seen some of the things today. For example, we talk about Owen's book, you know, and today we look at it. Everybody to the animal farm. We talk about everyone is equal, but not equally equal. And so some of those things have been exemplified today. And because they were written, we can look at it and determine whether it's the path we need to take, or because we've read this, how can we change our attitude towards some of these things?
Absolutely. Okay, thank you. So let's now talk about the unimaginable harvest, the inspiration.
Sure. So Unimaginable Harvest basically is the autobiography of Dr. Francis Kitty. So this is my life. Because many a times people will sit and say, oh, either this person he has excelled because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, or this has happened and this is why he's doing what he's doing. No. There were people that have went through the most difficult times in their life. But it took conviction, it took sacrifices, it took thinking beyond your present situation and thinking of your future. And because of that, you plot and design your own path that will lead you to success. One of the things I always told people is the fact that whenever we are driving, especially during the bad roads, many a times you get stuck in the mud. Now, you cannot continue to keep pushing when the car is stuck, because what you're going to do will burn the clutch. So what do? You come in reverse. And so the thing that we call life today, your path may come to a standstill. You don't just have to stay right there. Sometimes you have to go in reverse in order to come and get energized and jump over that hump or that bad portion of your life. And it becomes smoother as you move forward. And so this is what it's all about. So this is an autobiography that would tell, where did Dr. Kitty come from? How did he become what he has been? And what has been those things that have motivated him to take some of the decisions that he has taken in his life? And basically, it's a book of inspiration. I had two different persons that have read this book, and I was kind of shocked based on what they said to me. When they read the book, their own thoughts. It's like, wow, I can't believe this. Though I was writing it, and you see, when you're writing, you learn from your own writing, and other people will basically guide you, based on what it is. So this book here is a book that I expect those that are going to read it to begin to look at it from different aspects, and they should critique it. They should critique the book, because that is going to make me better, so that my next publication and other publications that will come will become better and better. So one of the person that read Unimaginable Harvest, this is his response after reading it. He said, "Hey, Doc, I have just completed reading Unimaginable Harvest. This is a must read for anyone who wants to be inspired. It is captivating. It clearly shows how determination, perseverance, hard work, and faith can result in exceptional outcomes. I'm very proud of you. May you continue to be blessed. And this is a reader who read this book. And again, it was kind of funny that this person is in Liberia. He didn't know that I've given this book to someone else in the United States who read it. And this is the other person that read it, a medical doctor, and the person who except I just read is an accountant. The
Okay.
medical doctor, sent me this note and said, "Hey Francis, it is very inspirational. I think that Africans and a lot of young Liberians in America and back home should read it. The virtues of determination, honesty, being able to relate well to people, hard work, as well as your faith play a significant role in your success." And so, two persons, one in the United States, one in Liberia, they read it. And if you see what they wrote, there is some similarity. And I think this is something that I will encourage all young Liberians, because the book is made very simple. From 7th grade, you can read this book. So from your primary years, your teenage year, you need to read this book. And this book will help you in, motivating you to get to where you want to get.
So, what is the makeup of the book? I'm not talking about the contents, but the volume. What does it look like?
Sure. So this book has about 30. It has 38 chapters. No, 43 chapters. Sorry, it has 43 chapters, and within that, it begins with how I was born, under what condition I was born. Marka, just imagine. Imagine, and I think many Liberians will be shocked, but I've said this several times before. I was never born in a hospital, not even a clinic, not even a house. I was born under a tree. And so this is why on the back of the book, you see a tree, and there's a pavement. So that pavement is a very tough pavement, which depicts the difficulties and challenges I had to go through in order to bloom. And so, being born under a tree, and thereafter, becoming the chief medical officer of Liberia. For me, every time I walked in my office, I was grateful to God. I was grateful to the people of Liberia, because this is a golden opportunity that God bestowed on me. And so, my saying, and if you look at that, my motto in life is that my action or inaction should not cause the death of anyone in a village, because the decisions that others took made me who I am today. And so, this book will clearly depict another thing that is very interesting is the story of my mother.
Okay.
Who had one eye. And because of that one eye, I was always teased as a child. And instead of being angry, instead of being destructive or fighting others, I turned that into something positive. At the age of 12, I asked my mother, why did she have one eye? And my mother had bacterial conjunctivitis, which of course in layman term we call Apollo.
Okay.
And because there was no doctor in the village, what happened? She lost that eye. And so at the age of 12, I'm thinking, had a doctor been in the village, my mother wouldn't have lost her eye. Perhaps I won't be teased as a child. So when I grow up, I want to become a doctor. And so from the tender age of 12, my goal in life was to become a doctor. Today, we have a life. Herring Dixon, he's retired now. He was a PA at the TB Annex. You have Akwe Banu. Those are physician assistants that lived in the village of Kaloke. And though my parents had a house there, but I took myself and lived with them. basically to just observe what they were doing and how that can motivate me to become a doctor. And another thing again was that I was very curious as a child. And there's a story in this book. You know, this book, I got a lot of stories. I've told us some. But one of the stories is about my sister. I was very close to my sister because as a child, you know, whenever my sister was going to play with her friends, I would go and sit there and I found solace around my sister. And so when my sister reached that age, her first menses were on campus, and I'm standing, we're hosting the flight, and I was standing and I saw this blood dripping down my sister's leg. So I went and hit her and said, "Sister, you got a cut." And so she saw it, she went in, and then after that went home and so forth. But as a child, I was so curious. I felt my sister got hurt. So during recess time, I didn't see her. So I went home because our house wasn't too far from there. And I saw my mom. My mom said, "What happened?" I said, "Sister got hurt today on campus." And my mom, "Did you see her?" She said, "Oh, yes, I saw her." I said, "Did you take her to the clinic?" She said, "Yes, she went to the clinic." I said, "Okay." And so on my way back, I saw the physician assistant. And I asked him, "Did you see my sister today?" Because we only have one physician assistant at the clinic. He said, "No." And so as a child, my whole brain began to work. So after school, I went back home and asked my mom. I said, "Mom, you said sister came home and she went to the clinic. Well, I saw Dixon, and Dixon said she didn't see my sister. So what happened?" Then my mom said, "You little child, nobody can hide anything from you. You were asked until you see. Your sister now is mature. Anytime she goes around men, she will get pregnant." I still had a lot of questions, but this time I had to keep myself, in my little place. But that's the kind of curiosity I had as a child growing up. And so all of those things have been exemplified in this book.
Okay. Why the title Unimaginable Harvest?
The title, basically, there were a lot of titles I thought about as I wrote this book. Just the other day, two persons called and said, "Look, you should have named the book, Mama's Life." But Unimaginable Harvest came about because if one reads this book, you will be baffled with the Francis Kete that we knew. We thought this man was born on a silver plate. Why did he get to where he has gotten? What were some of the difficulties and challenges that would have prevented him to give up in life? And in spite of those, he did not. So I begin to ask myself, this whole thing is unimaginable. How did this happen? And what is this harvest? What, like for example, in the Bible, most of the time when Jesus making references, he talk about the harvest, this abundance of harvest. So I find myself basically going through this process in terms of harvesting, not only for myself, but for all those that are around me. And not only that, I've gone to the national level, and I think I've served, though not to the extent that I would have wanted to. But again, I've done my part based on the probabilities or what I had.
You are still young, though.
That I had around me.
You
So I
still
had to
have
do
more
what I
to
can.
offer.
And so this is it. So I think there's so much in the harvest. And I think a lot of young people and even older people that are going through some crisis today can read this book and learn something for themselves.
Yes, so just by explaining, maybe some of the stories in the book, I think I'm also tempted to read, and I hope that I will read a book. One thing about me, when I start to read a book, once it's not done, I can't put it down. Yes.
And
So
Marka, I can just tell you, the moment you start reading this book, you will not want to put it down because it takes you from one scene to another scene. For example, many persons here knew the late Mobutu Vlanyipa.
Mm.
Okay, and people saw Mobutu at that level where he was the minister, flamboyant, and this and so forth, always in his jeans pants, and so when we're in college, Mobutu was the same way. He always liked to carry himself at that level.
Mm.
But it was also tough on Mobutu. Mobutu had a friend in Yukuta. I used to live in Yukuta. And what happened? In order to survive, his friend, this girl, women, even from the tender age,
Mm.
they play a motherly role. So Mobutu had his friend. I'm not going to call the name, but this girl, whatever her parents gave her for recess, she would share it to give some to Mobutu. And so I was the middleman. So I
Okay.
would collect it in the morning. When I get on campus, I give it to Mobutu. Mobutu share it and give me my portion.
Mhm.
And just imagine at that time, 25 cents on the bus will take you from New Kuta to LU campus. Do you know that 4 times I've walked from New Kuta to LU campus because I couldn't afford just 25 cents? But that did not deter me from wanting to become a medical doctor. And so there are few stories that are in there.
It's so great. So let's talk about the launch.
Yes.
It is happening tomorrow,
It
like
is
you
happening
said. So let's hear
tomorrow.
more about that.
Sure. The launch will be held tomorrow at the Ministry of Health conference room. And let me say a big thank you to the Minister of Health, Dr. Louis Poto, who was my classmate. Louis Poto and I were classmates, at the University of Liberia.
Okay.
And so I reached out to her and she told me, look, Dr. Kitty, you are welcome to use the conference hall. And I'm so grateful to her and the administrative staff at the Ministry of Health for their willingness to allow me to launch this book there. So at the launching tomorrow, there are a few individuals, and those are key people that have played a pivotal role in my life. The first person will be one of the co-launcher, Sister Mary Lauren Brown, who was my principal in high school. And this lady did, Sister Lauren did something that years later, I had to ask her, sister, why did you do this? And when she explained to me, I said, wow, I can't believe you were able to almost predict my future when you saw me. So Sister Lauren Brown will be there tomorrow. And another person who played a role in my life is Bishop Arthur F. Kula,
Okay.
who also will be at the luncheon tomorrow. And for those who may not know Bishop Kula, he was a Methodist bishop from 1980 up to 2000. So he served 20 years as bishop of the Liberia Annual Conference. And during those years, there were a lot of ups and downs, but he played a pivotal role in my life. So Bishop Kula is going to be there to launch, to help with the co-launching of this book. Bishop Kula is 91 years of age.
Mm.
And so just imagine, I'm so grateful to God that Reverend Dr. Arthur F. Kula is still alive. I would have loved to see other people. For example, in the United States, my American parents, the late John Doe and his wife, Wilma Doe, those two individuals practically spent close to 200,000 United States dollars on me to make sure I get educated. Not wanting anything from me, but this little country boy has come to this country, the great United States, and the least we can do through the inspiration of God, we're going to help this child to make him someone. And another person who also wrote something, I don't know whether he thought that maybe one day I will write, but there was something he wrote, and I also put it in this book.
Mhm.
The late James Gooding. Dr. Gooding was the vice president for academic affairs of McMurray College in Jacksonville, Illinois. And McMurray College was the college that I completed my bachelor's. I went there I was a junior student at the university when I got a scholarship to go to the United States. And when I went there, I started off as a super freshman. And Jim Gooden played a pivotal role in making sure that whatever resources that were being generated by the church, those resources were used wisely. So tomorrow definitely is a time to celebrate. Not to celebrate me, to celebrate God, to celebrate those individuals that have played a role in making me who I am and what I have done for this country. And so please, you will see a lot of things. There will be few persons there, some close people. For example, Botan Talanyima will be there. You will have Dubanyan will also be there. Dubanyan and I'm sure Dubanyan has come here several times. We were all at the University of Liberia, during those days, and we're all into politics. And just to
You were doing student politics too?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I was member of SOUP, but again with a caveat. Now, and this is something that later on I didn't realize that until I think it was the year that Dubanyan came to this country and spoke at the Independence Day celebration. So he came to my office and we're sitting just by the table. And he looked at me for long. He said, Francis, he said, I gave up on you. I said, what happened? He said, my man, so you left SOUP and you were part of SIN, and we never knew that. So indirectly, I was one of the founding members of the student integration movement. And the first T-shirt, and what brought that to him was that the first T-shirt that SIN ever, designed and so forth, I had that T-shirt on, and my mother and I took a picture. And that picture is the only picture I have of my mother. So Dube saw that picture, and he turned to me and said, Francis, I gave up on you. He said, Both, I gave up on you. So this is it. But that makes me a rounded person, makes me a holistic person. And this is why maybe I deal with things differently than others who have dealt with similar situations.
Yes, so we'll go to the line, but finally, before we go to the line, besides those special persons or guests you named, how can other people who have interest on part of the line?
Sure. So we expect as many librarians to come over to purchase, I would say, contribution. And because the cost, I didn't know that writing is the easiest part. But publishing is very costly, especially when you want to go to that higher level. So publishing it was very costly. So a donation of $25 will give you a copy of Unimaginable Harvest. So you can come and grab your copy. And if we do not have enough copy, still come over. I have put in and others will be coming. I have about 100 copies, in country. Additional 75 copies should be here in the next week. And then additional copies will be coming in. So I expect, that as many persons that will be interested, if they don't get their copy tomorrow, their copy will come and I will hand deliver it to them autographed.
Okay. What is the time for the program again?
It's 4 p.m. tomorrow at the Ministry of Health.
Okay, Dr. Francis Kete, they're speaking about the upcoming book launch and the launch of Unimaginable Harvest. That's the title of the book. Very interesting. It's just been going through the book, like I've been doing, imagination of the stories. They look real life stories. And I'm very interested in getting a copy of this book as well, for not only for me, but for me and my two children. Yeah, so they can read through and know some other things about life. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm David Corti, and good morning to my good friend and brother, Dr. Kete.
Hey, my dear brother, how are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. I wish you had come to my program before coming to those people. I was saying invite you. Dr. Kete, I'm very proud of you. In fact, the first time I got to know you was when you were at the Jackson Hebdo Hospital as the chief medical officer. You took me all around that place and educated me on how you do your work. But I'm not surprised at how you are moving. And you told me about this book before. The time that it's out now, I was the brother asked about the time to be over there, and I'm going to be there. And
you.
I will also try to see if I can get a book. You know, when you are highly educated and also humble at the same time, then you are a very good person, and that's what you are. I think yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry I'm in a place where I can't talk too loud on the bed.
Thank you. Thank you, David. David, you owe me for real. You explain everything. Yeah, so let's call 0770-202-5790-777-285-961. We have Dr. Francis Kitten here. The launch of the Unimaginable Harvest is on tomorrow at the Ministry of Health at 4 p.m. Good morning.
Good morning, my God. This was the X Factor of calling from a resident in Lima, Pennsylvania, in Uganda.
Go ahead, Walter.
Let me say things to die. Really, all of that monitoring on book everything. You were explaining about the book. You were explaining about the contribution you have been doing in Ladue, in Uganda, Sekipi, Tapeta. And also, you also mentioned in a book about the Ebola classes right there. So I'm really impressed that the way that vision you have, all people that want to do nursing, want to be medical doctor to take for and besides that. I really want to ask a question to that. After the launch of the book, you say you want to make your contribution to real hospital around that your profession see making the impact of the land or the people.
Okay, thank you. That is still young and that is still willing to offer any, greater service to the country. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, and this is Victor. All right. One of Dr. Kitty's old employee. I don't know if you still remember me.
Sure, Baba. Wow. Yes, my dear. I know. You may say so, you may describe you.
I just want to say thank you. You did something for me, and I've been looking for an opportunity to say it to you. By that time, I was a struggling student in nice at the hospital desk and still nice. And my daughter was even an academic. And she came from school one day sick. I said, you sick? I'm happy. I got no benefit and nothing. I still struggling. And you ask me, you just walking, you ask me, say, how are you doing with this guy? You paying this, how you pay? I said, now I'm in this stopping the people can be better. The Italians used to get stopping the freshman would take $15, the junior would take $19, and the seniors would take $21. And I said, $1 for that $21, I can manage a people in a small spot. And you told me right there from today, you pay for school fees. I'm so grateful. I have been looking for a day to tell you it. We've been trying, but you reached a level that the blood and money was so heavy that we cannot reach you. And today, I told that you help. She's now a university graduate and contributing to the society.
Wow.
I just want to see you and just hug you and say thank you. That whole behavior for the color, my innocent, to tell you, we know my innocent. Thank you. God will bless you. And walk, we will get it. To tell a lot of people, don't look at the limitation now. Tomorrow, that's a greater habit. Thank you for being there. Thank you, Dad.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Victoria Prabai. They're always following the TBS as well. So let's go to this call. Good morning.
Good morning. Michael, this is Dr. Morris in Tampa.
Great to have you.
I just want to say, hats up to Dr. Kete. Dr. Kete has been my mentor, and he's an honorable man. We miss him for the position he served. For 1 year, Dr. Kete was the president of the Liberal Public Health Association. And because we were tackled with all of these other work, when we spoke to him through Dr. Jala Kennedy to relinquish the Public Health Association to the young people, he never hesitated. He's that's the kind of person he is. Very honorable. Okay, we're going to be there tomorrow to give you your flowers.
Okay, we'll be there tomorrow to give the flower. That's a good one. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. This is Mr. Lucky. Thank you for taking my call. Good morning, Dr. Kete.
Hey, good morning.
I admire you so much. And not just because you're a doctor, it's because how dedicated you are to the country. Your contribution to Liberia is immense. I just want to say thank you and God bless you. My question is, how does your book impact older people over 60? Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so now because of time, let's just go back to you now to respond to some of the callers, and then we can close maybe in the next 3-4 minutes.
So just the two questions. In terms of, medicine is what I love. And so definitely Dr. Kete will still find himself working in a hospital, performing surgeries, and helping others. And this is who I am. And for older people, definitely, what the lesson in this book is that it doesn't matter where you are in life, never give up. You may have today, you may not have tomorrow, but don't give up. Keep striving and keep moving forward. Let me close up quickly by just reading the last page on this book. I'm going to do that very fast.
Yeah.
And this came from somebody in the United States. He said, "Good afternoon, Dr. Kete. I am not sure this email address is good any longer, but I was thinking about you and the challenges you must be facing in Liberia these days. Therefore, I thought I would just touch base and say hi. I was at a conference the other day, and for some reason your name came up, which made me start wondering how things are going for you. The last I knew, you were going to work for the Chinese to assist them in running the Liberian medical system. I often wonder how that panned out for you. I also worry about the Ebola situation and hope that you, your family, and all of those under your direction are as safe as can be. Anyway, I don't really know why I write other than to let you know that even though you were a fleeting moment in my life, you made your mark on my memory and you remain in my thoughts. I will always respect that you made a commitment to your home country when you would have just as easily taken the position with us. Peace be with you, Dr. Kete. I hope all is well. Sincerely, Stephen." The most significant harvest is making difference in the lives of others. God has taken me from humble beginnings to be a blessing to others, embodying the principle of not for self but others. For this, I remain blessed. Shalom. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kete. Then with the book Unimaginable Harvest to be launched on tomorrow, Friday, November 22, 2024 at the Ministry of Health conference room at 4 p.m. So you can just go there, grace the occasion, get a copy of the book. I mean, I think when you get a copy of the book, it's not just for you, it's almost like for your family, because the younger ones will start to read and they themselves can get inspired by the story of Dr. Francis Kete, what he's been through, the impact he has had on other people's life, and in fact, the impact he has had on the country like Liberia, Africa as a continent, and even the world. So $25 for a copy of the book. Let's go there tomorrow, support him, and so that he can write some more books. And like he said, the printing cost is more than the time and the difficulty in writing the book itself. But thank you so much for coming this morning, Dr. Kete. We'll be here tomorrow again with another edition of the show. My name is Marka Davis, O'Neill Roberts. This is the TBS. We're taking our break for today to be back tomorrow at 7:30 with another edition of the show. Do have yourself a wonderful time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following us live on Real TV. Bye-bye.
I'm touched by the book.
Yes.